Here's another thing. People know how much money they have. They just don't have any idea of what they can expect from that money. And I can prove this to you right now. I could ask each one of you to jot down on a piece of paper, how much money have you been able to save from birth until today? And I'll bet everyone on this call can get it within what, $500,000 or $600,000 of the real number. See, I know you know how much money you have, but most people don't have any idea of what they can take out. You know, most people think, well, if the market averages 10 or 12%, I can take out 5 or 6%. No, you can't. You know, it used to be the old 4% rule. Now, Morningstar says it's 2.8%. Dr. Wade Faust says it's 2.4%. Well, we know it's under 4%. So, but people have really no idea of what they can do. And one of the reasons is, you know, they don't understand this order or sequence of returns risk. So I'm going to shake the ladder a little bit. I want to challenge your thinking. I'm going to show you some things today maybe you haven't seen before and maybe way you haven't seen before. And I'm going to start right here. The day you retire and start taking money out of a portfolio, average returns mean nothing. Now, the reason that this is so significant is that when you're a saver and investor, so like your whole life when you're saving and you're investing, average returns do matter. I mean, if you can average 4%, it's better than 2. If you can average 6%, it's better than 4. If you can average 8%, it's better than 6. So we grow up our whole lives thinking average returns matter. But the day you retire, average returns mean nothing. So let me try to show you. Here's a guy in 1973. He had $100,000. He invested his money 50% stock, 50% bonds. For the next 22 years, he averaged 10.1% a year. And you can see that his 100,000 grew to be 846,000. And it doesn't matter if we ran the numbers backwards from 1995 to 1973. Why? Because he still averaged 10.1% a year. He still wound up with 846,000. That's the way most of your clients think the market works. And that's how it works when you're a saver and an investor. That is not how it works when you retire. The next slide I'm going to show you is a guy who also had $100,000 in 1973. He also invested 50% stock, 50% bonds. He also averaged 10.1% a year for 22 years. But the next guy retired in 1973. And his broker told him he could take out 5%. Well, now come on, if you average 10% a year for 22 years, you can certainly take out 5% a year, right? Wrong. He's dead broke. He completely ran out of money. Now, people don't understand this. How can you average 10% and run out of money only taking out 5%? Is because average returns mean nothing. It's a sequence. It's the order of those returns. And you'll notice that those first couple of years, the market went down, down, down. And when the market's going down, plus you're withdrawing money, all it takes is a couple dips before that market can, before your portfolio hits a death spiral that it can go out of. This is another way of showing it to you. And this is going to go against everything you've always been taught. You know why? Because that's the way I was taught. I was always taught the older you are, the more conservative you should invest. I was taught that 80-year-olds should invest their money more conservative than 60-year-olds, and 60-year-olds should invest their money more conservative than 40-year-olds. That's what I was taught. That's not what this shows. Both of these portfolios have identical average returns, identical. What's the only difference? The only difference is that the red portfolio lost money early in retirement. It devastated their portfolio. The blue line lost money later in life. It had much less of an impact. So if you had to say to me, Tom, when is the riskiest time to invest my money? It's right here. It's those 5 years right before and the 5 years right after retirement. It's the old prudential red zone, okay? That you don't want to lose money right before or right after retirement. That is the riskiest time. So the riskiest time to invest your money is not when you're 85. It's when you're 55 or 65.